Greetings, 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 greetings. Wasayu, Mabriqua, Halito. Hope everybody's doing well. Let's give this screen here some time to kind of it's what you call that? It's loading, I guess. So I know I'm live though. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. We have a great build as usual. Just give some people some time to get on. All right. Greetings, greetings, greetings. My brother Jason Chambers. What it is, what it is, what it is. All right. Man, why is this thing not calibrating? All right, give me a second here. I really didn't want to go to the set, but I like to make sure that I'm on the same page with everybody. So I like to check it out on the cell as well. Here we go. All righty. All right, good. So we good. All right. D Sego, Halito, brother, Halito. Well, I'm assuming that you're a brother, but let me just say family. Greetings. All right. Today, as you can see, the build is on, what exactly is racism? All right. We're going to talk about that because I think it's important that a lot of these things, we start putting them in perspective. Reason being, so we'll know how to maneuver ourselves, especially around people who call themselves racist. And sometimes even they themselves have no clue what it means to be racist, or probably they do, but they always, portray it as something else to give the masses a different concept of what racism is. All right. So in my own words, this is no special study. This is just in my own words. I'm Sister Aaliyah, Kalito. This is just, it's just what I feel based on observation, what racism truly is and what it's being disguised as. Okay. First things first, want to give thanks, always, for life. So I'm going to start off by, the rendition of, once again, using the word very lightly, our prayer. And it's important that we always set this off on, the right way. All right. So here we go. Pelito says, our spiritual parents who art in heaven, honored be thy names. So as above, so is below. Give us this day our daily nutrients. Hold us responsible for our bad intentions towards those who have done us no wrong. We do not forgive those who have bad intentions against us. We ask that the universe deal with them and all their generations to come, and lead us not into carnal or harmful temptation, and deliver us from the hands of your enemies, the evil ones, the wrongdoers, and the colonizers. For thine is your empire on earth as in heaven. The power and the glory is yours forever and ever. Amen. Ra. Long live the light of the world. All right. And I know someone had make reference to honoring our ancestors, but that's why I had to do the rendition and put our spiritual parents. Okay, because if we are all children of the Most Highs, because it said, let us make man, so therefore it's plural. So those are still our spiritual parents. So that's just pretty much encompassing the celestial parents that we have. Okay, greetings, Shelly, Red Wolf, Mr. G1, Gretchen, Helen, just giving a few people a few shout outs before it gets, more people come and I'm unable to, chokma. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. I have a quick announcement to make, family. I think y'all may have seen the post that I've been promoting earlier today. This Sunday coming up, right, on July 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I told you guys I had a special guest, and yes, we have a special guest, and of course, our matriarchs, you know, a special. So seeing that on Sundays we normally do the matriarch Sundays, I felt like it was only fair if I'm going to do, you know, a build based on the availability of the sister, do it on a day that we have the matriarch build. So with that being said, I have Sophia Stewart, okay, the owner, okay, the owner and creator of Matrix, you know, the movie franchise, Matrix, the movie franchise Terminator. Greetings, Zazie. All right. So I am looking forward to this build, man. I'm telling you, because this is something that is truly, I would say I put that out in the ethers literally years ago. And it came to pass. You know what I mean? So this Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, all right. We are live with the creator and owner. Yes, that's right. The creator and owner of the Matrix. I mean, the franchise movies, Matrix and Terminator. All right. So we're gonna hear everything from her own words. You know, she's been dealing with, you know, this system, all right, that took her idea, that took her concept, all right, and she's been fighting in court for a very man, I'm just so excited, and like I said, it's an honor. And one thing we always have to realize is this, man: when you're walking in truth, all right, and you're walking in light, the Most High and the ancestors, you know what I'm saying, our spiritual parents will open up doors, you know what I'm saying. And the sister, I mean, she's powerful, man. She's powerful. And I mean, I want to tell y'all so much, but I have to wait until Sunday. So this is what we're gonna do, right? You guys get to ask, you know, Sophia. Once again, she's the owner and creator of the movie franchises, Matrix and Terminator. That's hers. I'm talking about literally that. Those are her babies, and it was taken from her. So you're gonna hear about it from her own mouth, okay? And any questions about the Matrix or the Terminator that you have, you know, we're gonna get to ask that. So what I would like you guys to do is, I really want you guys to get involved. So we're gonna take 20 questions, 20 random questions, okay? So if you could email your questions, there's an email in the link below. All right, Tashi Heru 7 at Gmail. Tashi Heru 7 at Gmail. That's TASHEE Heru HERU 7 at Gmail. Send your questions in, okay? One question at per email, please. All right, we want to give everybody a chance to, or if you have a few questions, we'll just pick one of your questions, because what I'm going to do is right on the live itself, I'm going to put all the questions in a bag and I'm going to pull it out. 20 questions, 20 random questions. And if your question is picked, then you're going to get a shout out, you know what I mean, on the live with Sophia. So I'm looking forward to that. All right. And yeah, it's going to be man, listen, it's going to be a great build. I'm telling you, because it's just so much to talk about, so much to discuss. She has a great story and she's a powerful sister, you know. So I'll tell you guys how that came about, how it manifests. And once again, it's a beautiful thing. So please tell your friends about it, tell people about it, share the links, you know what I mean? And let's make this thing happen. All right, so let's get into this bill. Let's get into this bill. What is racism? Okay, now a lot of people may have their own ideas, okay, or notions as to what racism is. But for me, I personally think that we need to put this in perspective, because if we do, then it will help us. I do believe that, well, not believe, I know it will help us in how we deal with people who consider themselves to be racist. All right. Now, let us look at what the general consensus of racism is. Okay. The majority of people nowadays, okay, they look at racism dealing with skin color for the most part, right? When you hear about racist, we always look at it from a perspective of so-called white and black. And I'm saying so-called white and black because nobody's white and nobody's black. All right. But just for conversation's sake, we're going to use those terms, and I'm going to use them in quotation marks. All right. So a lot of people look at racism from that perspective. Okay, well, white people, white people don't like black people. Also, it could be the reverse. Black people not liking white people is also a form of racism based on the concept of what people are talking racism is, right? But I would like to take it a little further, because and I'm just saying, the theory that there's only one race and it's the human race, then how can there be racism? You feel me? To me, that's contradictory, right? Because if there's one race, how can there be racism? But we have to put racism in its proper context. And I'm going to tell you exactly what racism is, and it's being disguised as black and white because they don't want us to realize what's going on. And this is just, again, from my own perspective. So you may have a different opinion. I respect your opinion. All right. For those of you who have your opinion and you want to post it in the chat, by all means, feel free. Okay. So this is not a thing about I agree with you or you disagree with me. It's just my opinion. And that's it. Okay. So here we go. I've been paying attention to people who call themselves racist. Okay. And what I realize is that even if people are racist, and we're going to look at it from the concept of what people look at it, black and white, right? So when I look at so-called white people who call themselves racist, what I realize is that they still deal with so-called black people, but they don't like black people, right? They're supposed to be racist. So my thing is this: if you're racist, why are you dealing with so-called black people? Vice versa. If so-called, and I'm saying so-called again, if so-called black people are racist, why are they dealing with so-called white people? Now, I'm going to share something with you that a sister had mentioned. I'm not going to call those people's names because I don't know them personally, but we were having a conversation, right? And she said that she had a Jewish acquaintance, not a friend, but a Jewish acquaintance. And the Jewish man, I think it was a woman, the woman was saying that she was Jewish. Now, it could have been a man or woman, either way, it was Jewish, right? And the Jewish individual said that and was pointing out to her and said, let me ask you a question. Do you know what's wrong with y'all black people? I could tell you what's y'all's problem. Okay? Now, I have a friend, and she called the name. So we're going to use two names. Let's just say Joshua and Ben, right? She said that Joshua, all right? I don't like Joshua. Okay, so it was actually a guy. He said, listen, I don't like Joshua like me. But however, I would never spend my money with somebody else, regardless whether I know personally. And he said it, he kept it real. He said, I don't like Joshua, but if I have $1 to spend, I would rather spend it with Joshua. Vice versa. If Joshua have $1 to spend, he'll spend it with me, but we don't like each other. He said that's the problem with black people. Black people take things too personal, because he said that they have learned at a very, very early age that never take it personal. It's just business. Okay? Now, is that something that's a detriment to us? I think to a certain extent it is. I think it is, because we take things too personal. Too personal. So to me, that was a very legit point and a great observation and it's a lesson learned. Because here you are, a Jewish guy named Ben. He has a friend, Joshua, that he does business with, and they literally don't like each other. But he's saying that I would rather spend my $1 with Joshua than go spend it with anybody else. And Joshua felt the same way. Now, look at the majority of our people, right? They don't even have to have beef with you for them not to support you. You see what I'm saying? So when we have to look at racism, to me, racism has nothing to do with color. It's being promoted as that. In my own opinion, racism has everything to do with what's called classism. Okay? Classism. First class, second class, third class. and no class. Okay? I'm going to repeat that. And once again, that's just my opinion. Whether you agree with me or not is still my opinion. And I respect the fact that you may not agree with me. Okay? However, I personally don't fall for the so-called white hate black and black hate white. I don't think that's what it is. I really think that it's about classism. It's about first class citizen, second class, third class, and no class. When you are in the no class, okay, you literally are the dogs, okay, the bottom feeders. You have no rights, you have no respect. Literally, you are at the bottom of the barrel. Now, when you're talking about third class to me is you have some type of opportunity, okay, but you're still looked down upon as if you are nothing. All right, still a little better off than no class, but you kind of like almost there. You're running a race and you're literally head to head. When we look at second class have some type of status. They don't have the status that first class has, but second class have some type of status. They get some form of respect. And the truth of the matter is, it has nothing to do with color of the skin. Because you have people that are called trailer trash, and the majority of people that they call trailer trash, in my opinion, well, not my opinion, based on what I've seen, are so-called Caucasians. So with that being said, it's all about classism. Now you have the first class. The people that are considered to be first class, they are the ones that's always pushing racism to be a color thing. But it really isn't. Now I'm going to tell you what stems racism. And I'm going to prove to you it has nothing to do with the color of the skin. It is just being promoted as that. All right? And this is very interesting. Check this out. I personally think that the whole concept of racism is based on fear. You see, when you are afraid, fear is a very dangerous emotion, because when you are afraid, when there's fear, okay, fear brings hatred. Fear brings animosity. You see, people have it the other way around. People think it's actually hate that causes fear, or hate causes negativity. No, it is not. Okay, it's not. It is actually fear. So to me, the opposite of love is not hate. That's to me. The opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is fear. Because when you are fearful, you are afraid, okay, it causes you to hate. Depends on the situation. And how can I prove that? People who call themselves racist, they are afraid that the people they say that they hate will have an opportunity, okay, to step up and be something like them. And when I say something like them, I'm talking about financial wise, economically, okay? And I'm going to use us for an example. This system, everybody who call themselves racist and they're looking down on the so-called black man and the so-called black woman, they don't hate us because they call us black. They hate us because they are afraid that if they gave us an opportunity, if they made the playing field equal, then they will not have a fighting chance. Okay? They will not have a fighting chance. And that's exactly what racism is. Racism ain't got nothing to do with the color of your skin. It is because they are afraid. So they have to make sure that the playing field is not equal. They would rather give you a playing field on a basketball field. Okay, that makes sense. They would give you a perfect opportunity or an equal opportunity on a football field. All right? Because they got you boxed in. You see, that doesn't affect the general population. It's a sport, it's a game. They will give you an opportunity, an equal opportunity on the baseball field. But when it comes to economics, when it comes to finances, when it comes to education, when it comes to your rights as a man or a woman, they will not give it to you because they are afraid. They are scared. And that's what these people are afraid of. Now, are we going to give these so-called black people the same opportunity that we have? No, they're not going to do that. So they have to push it as if it's the color of your skin, when the truth of the matter is it's based on opportunities. That's why they always have to teach a separation. We don't practice group economics. Okay? Why do you think we don't practice group economics? Think about it, right? The so-called Chinese, they practice group economics. Their money in their communities circulate at least 8 times. The Japanese, the Koreans, the Arabs, even Africans, okay? Nigerians, Ghanaians. And here's the funny thing. Africans themselves, they stick to their own tribes or their own countrymen, okay? Literally, I don't see Ghanaians mixing with Nigerians, and I have proven that to be a fact, okay? They stick together. They have their own social clubs. They have their own restaurants, and Ghanaians go support Ghanaians. Nigerians go support Nigerians. Ethiopians go support Ethiopians. Even within the dynamics of our people who think they're Africans, Africans know how to practice group economics, right? But the so-called black men and women in America, why is that? For some reason, we cannot grasp the concept of group economics. It is not because we don't want to do it. That's not what it is. Because I know more than ever, our people are fighting, okay, to come together, to work together, to build together. However, because of racism, and once again, brothers and sisters, it has nothing to do with the skin. It's about opportunity. Because of the lack of opportunity, our people are not allowed to practice group economics. Okay? So that's why for me, yes, some people may be guilty because they really don't make an effort, but there are a lot of us, okay, who want to come together, who want to practice group economics, who want to create businesses, who want to come together and put some money aside and buy some land and buy a house and buy buildings. Some of us want to do that. However, when we come together and we go to what? We go to the banks, they see the color of our skin, we don't get the loans. But we thinking it's because of the color of our skin. No, that's not what it is. It is because they don't want to give us the same opportunity as the people who don't look like us. It's a whole lot deeper than the skin, my brothers and sisters. Okay? So pushing racism from a whole skin perspective, to me, it's farcy. Okay? It's an illusion. It's an illusion. Because we are the always, and again, I may be wrong, but based on observation, open your eyes and see how is that every other ethnic group is able to practice group economics, go to banks, get loans, open up businesses, but when it comes to us, we can't do it. Well, Chief, how do you know it's not racism? That deals with skin, because guess what? Africans could come here, and a lot of them are darker than we are, and they could get loans. They could open businesses. They could open clubs. They could open restaurants. So if it was based on skin color, then they wouldn't have had the same opportunity. So that's how I'm able to prove my point. Because there are communities all over the United States where Africans, I'm talking about real Africans, okay, they have their own communities. They have their own businesses. They have their own churches. They don't go to other churches. You feel me? And AB, I know you say it's about paying bills on time, but the thing is, that whole misconception about we don't like to pay bills on time, that's not true. You see, that's what they're always trying to teach us. People have to realize that this is systematic. What we are dealing with, the roots are so deep. It has nothing to do with the color of our skin. It has to do with our standing. Okay? It has to do with our standing. What do you mean by that, Chief? Our standing, our indigenous standing. Because you see, the moment we realize that we are indigenous to this land, the moment we realize that we have the highest authority in this land, then we become the first class so-called citizens. Okay? Because once we are in our proper standing, their codes and their jurisdiction, it doesn't apply to us. You feel me? So don't think it has anything to do with the color of your skin. No. Walter Plecker didn't change our parents' nationality or identity from Indian to colored because of the color of our skin. No, it is because of who we are and the significance of us being the original people of the land. Well, Chief, how can you prove that? I'm going to prove it again, because you see, I don't just like to talk things. I like to give you things so that you're able to articulate it when you speak to somebody else. And I like to speak and explain things that children could understand. Well, Chief, you say that Walter Plecker changed our identity from Indians to colored because it wasn't because of skin. How can you prove that? Okay, good. Let's do a test right now. And I'm going to point something out to you guys today. And maybe some of you have thought about it, but maybe you just haven't thought about it in that way. Okay, I'm going to ask 2 questions, all right, which I've asked before. Can anybody tell me what color is this? And I'm just going to wait for one person to post it in the chat, because we're not going to, prolong it, all right? What color is this? Anybody? Damn, man, my typers are slow on the chat. Anybody? What color is this? White. Perfect. What color is this? AB, I know you fast with it. What color is this? We got white. Yes, we already have white. Maybe there might be a delay, but we have another color. What color is this right here? No, this is not clear. This color. Okay, yes, it's black. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm going somewhere with this, right? See where I'm going with this. I didn't ask what was this. I asked what color is this. Now, pay attention to what I'm saying. I know you're listening, but I want you to hear what I'm saying. I didn't ask you what is this. If I were to ask what is this, you would have said it's a piece of paper. However, I'm asking what color is this, and you said white. You are absolutely right. So therefore, white is a what? Can anybody tell me white is a what? Man, I need my typers to be faster than this now. All right. Super chat, what's up? White is, oh, I know it's a delay. So yeah. So so if this is, I didn't ask what is this. I asked what color is this. So therefore, white is a what? White is a color. Thank you. All right, thank you. Same thing. I didn't ask what was this. If I were to ask what was this, you would have said it's a phone. However, you said that it's black. So therefore, black is a color, an adjective. It describes the color of something. Now, let me ask you a question that makes perfect sense. And y'all, when you hear this, you're going to be, things that make you go, So therefore, how come when Walter Plecker, because of eugenics, why is that when Walter Plecker changed our identity from Indian to color, how is that Caucasians weren't called color? Isn't white a color? Why is that color only applies to black? The last time I checked, white was a what? White was a color. The last time I checked, white was a color. So how come every time we say colors, we're only thinking of this? No. You see, you got to think for yourself. Use your mind. The Creator gave you a mind to think. So how is that every time they say colored people, it only applies to so-called black people, but never to this color, which is white? White is also a color. So brothers and sisters, tell me, am I bugging, or are we missing something here? I'm not bugging. I know that for sure. So the truth of the matter is, we are missing something here. Okay? You see, it all has to deal with social status. That's right, Aboriginal American deities. Okay? It all has to do with status, social status, color of law. Absolutely. Okay? That is the problem. So therefore, racism has nothing to do with the color of your skin, because a color is a color. Check this out, right? Whenever I see Caucasians, I call them coloreds. They look at me like I'm crazy. I say, no. I said, you call yourself white, right? They say, yes. Well, isn't white a color? So why do I get to be black and be called a color, but you're white, which is a color, and you're not allowed to be called colors? And the truth of the matter is, when Caucasians get upset, they could change from blue to green to yellow to every color in 30 seconds. Because when your emotions change your mood, okay? But when we get upset, we still stay one color. So the truth of the matter is, if we were to really think about it, they are actually the colors. But you see, our people just like to sit back like sheep and just accept anything that they give us. Anything. We don't question anything. We don't rebuttal anything. Okay, you know what? Today or tomorrow, you guys are dogs. You're dogs. Today or tomorrow, your women are called bitches. Oh, I'm a bad bitch. Oh, yes. I'm the bitch. You see, there's a problem with our people. There's a problem with our people, man. And that's why these bills are very, very important, because we have to put those things in perspective. We have to. So therefore, I'm proving to you that racism has nothing to do with the color of your skin. It's about opportunity. It's about the have and the have-nots. And the have, they want to make sure that the have-nots stay at the bottom of the totem pole. Okay? Now, I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion, based on observation. Because you see me, I like to think. I don't watch TV. I don't sit down and watch TV all day. All right? I don't sit down and watch sports all day. I don't do that. You know what I did earlier today? I took my workout mat and my brother mowed the lawn. And yes, I watched him mow the lawn. I should have helped, you know. I'll apologize to him later. But the truth of the matter is, he mowed the lawn, okay? And I took my mat and I spread my mat on the grass, took my shirt off, and I laid in the sun, all right? I laid in the sun for about an hour, all right? Just meditating, doing a little sun gazing. You see, those are the things that I do with my time, okay? I don't need to watch Power. I don't need to watch BET Awards. I probably am the only one who didn't watch BET Awards, okay? Maybe, I don't know. But I don't get distracted by those things, because I like to read, brothers and sisters. All right, let me show y'all something. You see these books right here? People really think I'm joking. These books right here, I got about 5 to 10 subject books. And all through these books is notes. Okay, I do research. I study. All right. You will barely find an empty page in these books. Okay, that's what I do. That's what I do. I study. You got to study to make yourself approved. Okay, notes. Again, notes. All right, notes. You feel me? Notes. That's what I do. Okay, we have to get our children away from these televisions. We got to get our children away from these distractions. Be the parent. Be the guardian. Okay, be the guardian. I don't care if they get upset. You want to get upset? Well, go pay your own rent. Okay, cut these cables off, man. I mean, we are actually at a disadvantage, and we are not helping our children out when we do these injustices to them. We are not helping them out whatsoever. Okay, family, I know it's a little tough, because some of the mothers, they're raising the children alone, and I got to do a build on that. The whole parenting and mothers and fathers. So I'm not going to bring this build. I'm not going to bring that in there, because when I speak about that, it gets me a little more emotional. So I just want to stay, calm today. I don't want to get overhyped, but when I get into the whole fathers being in their children's lives and mothers allowing fathers and all, and the whole family court system, that's a whole different build on itself. All right. So I'm not going to get into that right now. We're going to stick on the topic of racism and what racism is. Okay. So how do we eradicate racism? Because you see, it's one thing to point out the problem, but not give the solutions to the problem. So once again, I have just proven to you that racism has nothing to do with the color of your skin. Because everybody is colored. So why are we the only ones that have to be called colored? You see, it was a social class that they put us in, all right? That coloreds would symbolize, not first class, not second class, not third class, but no class. Okay, no class. And that's what black means, no class. That's what African American means, no class. Okay, if we were to equate that, with being on a plane, all right, you have your first class, right? Then right behind your first class, you have second class. And right behind second class, you have third class. You know where so-called black people would be? They would be in the bathroom sitting on the toilet seat, because that's no class. You see, it's a status, my brothers and sisters. It's a political status. It's a social status. And we have accepted it. Nobody forced it on us. Nobody put a gun to our head, at least not in today's day and age. Yes, back then, we were forced to be called colored, because when Walter Plecker put that into motion, and when our women went to the hospitals to have their babies, they were giving their babies Indian names. But Walter Plecker said what? He passed a law that if you give your child an Indian name, you're going to lose your child or you're going to go to jail. So what you expect these mothers to do? Of course, give their children European names and then change their identity from Indian to colored. So a lot of people are asking, well, how did this transpire? Well, here you go. This is the answer. And they took that concept and they literally, just, adopted it in all these different states. So at some point, we were forced, yes, we were forced to be put in a box. But my brothers and sisters, it's 2019, okay? Miss Mohawk, let me just, it's like they didn't want to show they didn't want to show your post, okay? Give me a second here, guys. All right. So check this out. So it's 2019, my brothers and sisters. You have the right to self-identify, okay? You have the right to self-determination, and they cannot force us to assimilate. It goes against international law. So at what point are we going to say enough is enough, okay? I don't want to be on the plane where there's no class. I don't want to be on the plane where there's third class. I don't want to be in the second citizen class. No, I want to be in first class where I'm comfortable, stretch my legs and get champagne like everybody else. And I'm just using that as an example. Okay? So racism have nothing to do with the skin. It's about making sure that you stay poor. It's about making sure that you are the ones that's continuously filling those jails. Okay? It's making sure that you are the ones that's always getting the tickets, the citations, the summons, so that these court judges and these prosecutors could live all the lavish lives that they're living. All right? Having yachts and having million-dollar homes. That's what racism is about. It's about making sure you don't get the opportunity and the respect that you deserve. Okay? Because I have given it to you from so many different angles, so many different vintage points. Even from a point where you say, Chief, you know what? I don't agree with you. But then I have to slap you in your face with the African examples. Because Africans, a lot of them have the same complexion we do, but yet still they get opportunities. So how can somebody possibly tell me that racism has anything to do with skin? No, it's been disguised as that. It's about your status. That's what racism is. Okay? That's what it is. And until you know who you truly are, we are going to continue to be faced with racism, okay? The lack of opportunities, the lack of education, the lack of respect. We are going to continue to be faced with those things. You feel me? And that's a fact, okay? Because I don't believe that we hate each other so much that we don't want to practice group economics. That's not true. Because I'm talking about, let's go back to the 1940s and the 1950s, even the 1960s and the early 70s. We had businesses that was booming, even up to the late 70s, okay? Who owned all the dry cleaners? If you don't believe me, go look at the Jeffersons. Even up to the 70s, we owned all the dry cleaners until racism started showing its face some more. Not the color of your skin, racism. And guess who are owning all the dry cleaners now? Koreans. You see, these people come here already with a pre-agenda. It's premeditated. You feel me? They come here premeditated. They come with a plan. You see, we are home, so we are comfortable. But they come with an agenda, a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan. Okay? That's what they do. So they have their governments, okay, their ambassadors, their diplomats already making contact with the United States government. Okay, you know, we need X and X amount of visas. We have X and X amount of people coming. We need X and X amount of opportunities. We need X and X amount of loans. Okay, those things are already put in place for these people. So when they come here, all right, they're already 10 steps ahead. But we have to fight our way from the bottom. And then what they do, they look down on us. They look down on us. Oh, these black people are lazy. These black people, all they want to do is rob people. All they want to do is smoke and drink. All they want to do is party. All they want to do is, come on, man. No, that's not all we want to do. We want opportunities just like everybody else. But they're not giving us the opportunity. That's the problem. So we have to take the opportunity, because I'm tired of asking. And like I tell people, I'm not a violent man. I just want my fair share. Okay? If I'm hungry and everybody's eating pizza and you have to tell me, well, Chief, you know what? You're not going to get pizza. You're just going to have to stand and watch. No, I'm going to come take that pizza by any means necessary because I'm hungry. You feel me? But what they do is, all right, they know that our people are hungry. And please, my brothers and sisters, do not take this the wrong way. Okay? Do not take this the wrong way. All right? I'm not throwing shit at my people. I love my people. And anybody who look at my videos and know my spirit and know my energy, they know I'm into this for the whole. Okay? My all is into this. But I have to speak the truth so that it could resonate with our people. I'm not going to tell you things that you want to hear. No, I'm going to tell you the hard, bitter truth. And when it's sweet, I will also tell you that it's sweet. But this is what they do. They make sure that we don't get the opportunities that we so deserve. So therefore, whenever you hear a rapper talk, what a rapper say? I'm hungry. You know what I mean? Somebody who want to be a football player, basketball, yo, I'm hungry. They always want to keep us hungry, brothers and sisters. And when you are hungry, anything tastes good. Okay? Maybe sometimes I'm speaking too much sense, but I'm not going to say I am. Okay? I'm not going to say I am. I'm going to repeat that. They have to keep you hungry. Go look at every rapper's story. He will tell you he was hungry. Go look at a football player that make it what? I didn't have an opportunity. My dad wasn't there. I was hungry. Okay, my mom couldn't feed us. I was hungry. Go look at a baseball player. It doesn't matter what. Even an actor who made it, what they're going to tell you. Huh? My dad wasn't there. It was just my mother and she couldn't feed us. So I was hungry. Brothers and sisters. Okay? Thou shalt not live by bread alone. Okay? Stop reaching and thirsting for their bread because that's all they want to give you is breadcrumbs. That's why I had to change the rendition of the so-called Lord's Prayer to nutrients. Give us our daily nutrients. I am tired of eating bread, damn it. I don't want your bread, especially dry bread. I don't want it. I don't want your dry bread. I want nutrients. I want something that could build me. That's what I want. The cream of the crop. I want the gusto. Okay? So once we are always in that mindset, okay, we're always in that realm of desperation, always hungry. So therefore we have to do anything because we have to feed our moms. We have to feed our little sister, our little brother. We have to feed ourselves. And sometimes we have girlfriends, okay, and your girlfriend is looking at you like you ain't shit because you can't find a job. So now you what? You hungry. So now you got to feed your boo. Come on, man. Let me tell y'all something. Our men are the most loyal men on the planet. And our women are the most loyal women on the planet. They just got us messed up right now. But don't worry, brothers and sisters. We are going to come back. We are going to come back where we need to be. And we're not going to be hungry anymore. Okay? This was the land that was flowing with milk and honey. And everybody came here and milked the honey. Okay? And we over here starving. We over here, we always hungry. Come on now, it got to stop. It got to stop. And I'm going to say it again. This was the land of milk and honey. Okay? And everybody came here and milked the honey while we over here being hungry. So before I drink some water. So here's the thing with being hungry, right? There's some times it's not because I couldn't find anything to eat, but because I was in places, right, where I may not have probably eaten, let's just say, some fried chicken, because I don't really eat fried chicken from outside, or I don't eat them things like that, right? But if I was really, really hungry and I'm looking all over the place and I can't find nothing to eat, guess what? If chicken is all that's there, that greasy chicken, I may not have a choice but eat it because I'm hungry. So you see, that's the position that they're putting us in. When we are hungry, anything tastes good. So now, if you have to go sell drugs to your brother and your sister and our children, then you would do that because you're hungry. You see, when you're hungry, if you don't have the control, it takes away the morale that you have. Okay? The decency that you have, it takes it away. The humanity that you have, it takes it away. So therefore, they make you hungry so that you could be turned into a criminal. Okay? You could be turned into a savage. You could be turned into a gangster. You could be turned into a thug because you have to feed your family. That's what they do to us. Okay? That's what they do to us, family. But then they're always looking down on us. You know, there's Negroes, there's Black people. They're the menace to society. Okay? And your celebrities, I don't call them my celebrities because I have no respect for them, honestly, because they play in the game of the colonizer. All right? They are the ones doing the movies that we are a menace to society. They are the ones doing the movies and taking the roles of calling our women bitches and hoes. They are the one making the music about killing each other. And the funny thing is this: every time they get an award, the first thing they want to do, well, you know, I want to thank God. Which God are you thanking? Huh? Which God are you thanking? It must be the God of the colonizers, because you cannot be thanking the same God that has compassion and love and is good all the time. No, it's two different gods, two different concepts of gods. Okay? Because you are pushing the destruction of your people. And that's why when that's why when Nipsey transcend and this brother Code Black, okay, when brother Code Black was talking about, he made some derogatory comments towards Nipsey's wife, London, and all of a sudden all these rappers jumping up, yo, Code Black, yo, respect, yo, we're gonna come get you, yo, if you do, yo, all of a sudden everybody want Code Black to respect. Now let me ask you a question. I am not saying that what Code Black said was right. I am not saying that. But I have to do a video and call T.I. out. I have to do a video and speak to Game and Snoop and other whoever else that came on these videos calling out Code Black and want to threaten his life because he said something that may have been or may have sounded, okay, as a disrespect towards Lauren London. Now, don't get me wrong. I am totally for respecting of our women. So if he came out of pocket, a call should have been made to him privately. Okay? A call should have been made to him privately. Go to the brother. Brother, you know what? What you said was a little out of pocket. So if you could just, apologize, that would be great. But you have to come on videos, okay? Because you see, y'all are looking for attention. Okay? You're looking like you care about our women so much. And I have to do the video and say, what T.I.? He's doing exactly what y'all do, teaching in the songs. The man did exactly what y'all are promoting in the songs, to call our women bitches, to call our women hoes. So how come when he do it, it's a problem because it's one of your friends? But yet still, everybody else's mother, everybody else's daughter is a bitch and a hoe. You see the hypocrisy. And those are the people that you call your idols. Those are the people you call your idols. And let me tell y'all something. They are not your idols because you respect them. No, they are your idols because you are fooled by the materialistic life that they are living. But let me tell y'all something. I would rather save my soul than gain this world. I'm going to repeat that. I would rather save my soul than gain all the materialistic things in this world. They could have it. They could have it. Okay? And we as the public, we as the community, we as indigenous people, we should stop supporting this music, okay? Why aren't we writing letters to these radio stations? Why aren't we writing letters to BET? Why aren't we writing letters to MTV? Letting them know that this kind of music, we are going to boycott it because it's not good. It's not benefiting our children. It's not benefiting our young men and women. But what we do, we promote it in the house. We have 2, 3-year-olds, listening to songs about killing a nigga. Okay, we got 4, 5-year-olds, our little girls twerking. Okay, we got them talking about, they're bad bitches. You feel me? And mothers think it's cute and it's funny. They even put it on Instagram and on Facebook. Okay, you have little girls, 3, 4, 5 years old, with their nails, long to hair, and they have weaves. Okay, and they're not even 10 yet. So who is to blame? Who is to blame? Yes, we have to get our own radio stations. I agree. Chambers Jason, I agree. But at the same time, what we are doing, it hasn't gone mainstream just yet. Okay, so what we have to do is we need to make sure that what's mainstream, we let them know that we are dissatisfied with it. We let them know that we are not going to support it. And if they get enough letters from enough of us, okay, they will start making those changes. Okay, every time these celebrities come online, we blast their chats and the comments, letting them know that we are very displeased. Stop chasing, stop idolizing these demons. Okay, because destroying our people. We have to take accountability. You feel me? Nobody's forcing it on us but us. Okay? Nobody's forcing it on us but us. You feel me? So at the end of the day, man, when you don't change things and complain, you lose your right to complain. Okay? You lose your right to complain. Stop blaming the younger generation, man. No, stop blaming them. They are emulating exactly what we are doing. Children don't do what we say. They do what we do. All right? You in your house smoking weed all day. But when you see your 4-year-old, with a cigarette or they have some weed because you happen to leave it on the counter, then you're mad. Thank you for supporting the super chat, AB. I appreciate it. that. Thank you for the donation. You smoke weed in front of them all day. You drink in front of them all day. Okay, you swearing all these bad words in front of them all day. So what do you expect? And then you tell them, oh, you better not talk like that. Why not? You do it. So why can't I? Because I'm a child? Aren't you supposed to be the example? Am I not supposed to do what you do? You see, our children do what we do, not what we say. That's why sometimes actions speak louder than words. So for me, I have nothing against celebrities, all right? I'm just not their fans, okay? I'm just not their fans, period. You may have a few exceptions. I haven't seen one yet. You feel me? Because if you are a good one, then you're supposed to be speaking out against the bad ones. So therefore, if you're keeping your mouth shut, then that means birds of a feather flock together. And that's all I'm going to say. All right? So know that racism is deeper than what you think it is. Racism is more than skin deep. It's about making sure that we don't get the opportunity that everyone else has. That's what it's about. All right? The police don't stop you because you are so-called black. No. They stop you because you have to continue being the slave for the system. All right? This system is built on our backs. It was built on our back and it's still being built on our backs. Because people living their lives, they don't realize they're still slaves. Okay? So brothers and sisters, open up your eyes. Open up your ears. You feel me? For real. This is serious, man. It is serious. And we have to ask a question. What is the Black Caucus doing for us? Huh? What are they doing? Why is there a Black Caucus? What is it doing? We have representatives, all right, that's representing us. What are they doing for us? I need to know. Why aren't we holding these people accountable? Why aren't we holding them accountable? Why isn't the Black Caucus getting letters and letters upon letters from the American Aboriginal Society? Why aren't they getting letters from us? If we know better, let me ask you, look, you see me, I always like to take things a step further. They say when you know better, you do better, right? Guess what? I say that's not true. It's true to a certain extent, but I'm always going to do a remix because I see things from a deity perspective, all right? I'm going to say the saying should be when you know better, you're supposed to do better, all right? Thank you, Mr. Green, Mr. G1, for supporting the super chat. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Okay. So there's a saying, when you know better, you do better. I say, not today. No. It's actually when you know better, you're supposed to do better. Because you know why the first one to me is kind of not correct? Because there are actually people who know better and they don't do better. But when you know better, you're supposed to do better. So therefore, if we know better, why aren't we doing better? Why aren't we holding them responsible? Why aren't we calling them out? Let's call them out. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to call them out. You see, it's our children that's paying the price. And let's use the word children instead because, goats have kids. You see, we have to be mindful of the words that we use. Okay? You feel me? Yeah, I mean, it's all good, AB. It's all good. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, fam. Like I tell people, you know what? I don't come on here to do videos, to make money. I come on here to do this because I love us. I genuinely I love us, man. And if that's all, listen, believe it or not, if I could just do this all day, you feel me? All day, I would do it all day, every day, because I love building with my family. I love building with my people. I like sharing, exchanging energies. I love this. I would rather do that with my time any single day. So for those of you who are not able to support the channel or donate, man, listen, it's okay. It's all right. If you really cannot truly support, it's okay. But for those of you who can, and you are not doing it, and you are getting so much information from the channel, then I'm gonna let the universe deal with you. You see, I don't. You see, for me, I don't stress that. I have grown so much in my wisdom that I know the universe is always going to provide for me. I know my ancestors are always going to provide for me. I know that my spiritual parents are always going to provide for me. You feel me? So the little that y'all give, man, it goes a long way. So thank you. You feel me? And that's something I will always reiterate. There are so many people like me, and it's not just me. There are others like me that's doing the same thing. And we have 20, 30, almost 30, sometimes 19, 20, 10,000 subscribers. Honestly, I think that at least once a month, every subscriber should at least give $1, $2, $3. You know what I mean? For people like us that's doing this work, $1 is not going to hurt you. You know what I mean? That's the same thing these churches do, but what they do, right? What do? They take the money and they send it to Rome. What am I doing? All. You see what I'm saying? So for me, this is not about money, man. If you could support, you can. If you can, then it's all good. That's what it is, because that's my passion. You see, when you find your passion, you could never equate your passion to that fiat currency. You could never do that. And that's when you know that somebody's real. And like I said, I don't worry, I don't stress, you know what I mean? Because my ancestors are always providing for me. That's why I honor them. That's why I give them respect. I am so humble when it comes to my spiritual parents. You cannot even, you wouldn't even comprehend. Okay? And that's why they are bringing all these things to me. I am highly favored. Highly favored. All right? So just so y'all know that. So I'm doing this because of the love. All right? Because of the love. Because I know that they're going to provide for my needs and my wants. So I look into nature. You feel me? I look into nature and I look at animals. And the only time animals feel trapped is when man put them in a box. But animals live freely. All right. I look at the hawk, and the hawks, they love me. No matter where I go, if I'm traveling, the hawks are always over the car. I think it was 2 days ago, I was literally, and even today, while I was laying on the grass, I was on the balcony, and a hawk, okay, literally came right over me and flew over me. And I said, thank you, just as I know you were watching over me. When I was in the grass earlier, laying down, I'm looking up, and 2 hawks just came and flew over me. So I know I'm highly favored, man. And that's why when I travel, my ancestors, what they give me these, they give it to me. I'm traveling all of a sudden, and I'm talking about doing, you know, if I'm in a 60 or a 75, I'm doing 75, 80 in a 75, right? In a 70, and I'm literally seeing through my peripherals, I'm seeing on the side of the road, I could see like one hawk feather. And then if I stop and I back up, all of a sudden it's a whole hawk, you know? And in all my travels, ancestors have given me 5 whole hawks, and they have given me, I would say, at least 3 or 4 geese. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm telling you. You know what I mean? I am highly favored. So I'm never worried about anything. Never. So that's why I just do what I do. You feel me? So it's all love. It's all love. Okay? But going back to the subject at hand, brothers and sisters, we have to renew our mind, because you see, every single day your cells are being rejuvenated. All right? Every day is actually your birthday, because every day you are being birthed. Every single day you are being birthed, because your cells are rejuvenating. That's why we have to be very mindful what we eat, because every single day we are becoming a new person. Now, the changes are so with yourself, you can't see it. You can't see it. And that is so true, because it is done in such small increments that you can't really see yourself changing, because you're so distracted, and you don't know how to find some peace of mind, some type of serenity for you to feel yourself grow, for you to see yourself ascending. You can't see it. But every day, brothers and sisters, we are becoming a new us. But first, the change come with the mind. Renew your mind. Because once you start renewing your mind, the heart will process it. That's what the heart is. The heart is a process. It processes things. Okay? Your mind don't love. It's your heart that loves. But the mind interprets the love, the feeling. Okay? But it's all in the heart. That's why the Creator say what? I put the laws in the hearts and minds of men. Everything is in the heart. It's about the intent. And where does intention comes from? Intentions don't come from the thought. Intentions come from the heart. However, it is being analyzed, okay, or perceived by the mind. But all your intentions, the root of your intentions come from the heart. So premeditated anything is not through the mind. It's actually through the heart, because true meditation comes from the heart. So when you are in true meditation, you hear your heartbeat, and that's all you hear. And the vibrations of your heart, that's what you feel. So that's where it is. That's where it is, in the heart. And well, Chief, how can you prove that? Well, let's go a little deeper with this. Let's get into some metaphysics. All right, let me drink some water. Okay. Serious killmonger. Peace, peace, peace. All right, check this out. If we were to look at the laws of Mayat, right? Now, a lot of people, associate Mayat with Kemet. But what people don't realize is this, okay? The whole concept of Kemet started right here in the Americas, okay? That's where the original people who built the pyramids, they were from the Americas, South America, right? Now, when there have always been wars among men. So when they came, and literally, they came from across the waters, all right? And they fought the Egyptians. And the armies were so strong that the Egyptians migrated into what's called Kemet right now, and they rebuilt what they knew. And I've always said this before, okay? They rebuilt what they knew. But because when they were home, which is home, the Americas, they took their time to build those pyramids. That's why the pyramids in the Americas are more sophisticated than the ones in Africa, because those were the first ones built. But they were running away from their home. So when they went to Africa to build Kemet, it was done in haste, because they didn't just have to run away, but they had to fight the indigenous population that was already in Africa. Okay? No, Kemet is not America. Kemet is in Africa. The first concept of Egypt is in America. Okay? Kemet is the second version. Just to put that in perspective. Okay? So yes and no. But the whole concept of Kemet started in the Americas. But when we talk about Kemet, when people actually go to Africa, that's in Africa. All right? But the first concept of Egypt was in America. Of course, it wasn't called Egypt. All right? But anyway, that's neither here or there. What I'm talking about right now is Mayat, right? When we look at the concept of Mayat, we're talking about the feather, right? The wings with the feathers, that brings balance, right? Now, when anyone transcended, okay, when anyone was going over to the other side, they had to go to see Anubis, okay? They had to go see Anubis. Anubis was a deity that had a human body, but a dog head, all right? But a dog head. And that's another reason why they had to, if you look at the word God, you see that if you flip it around, it's going to spell dog. All right? It's going to spell dog. So they flip it around. But Anubis was a god, a deity with a human body and a dog head. So when anybody transcended, they passed over, they had to go, before they try to transcend or cross over to the other side, they had to see Anubis first. They had to see Anubis. However, when Anubis weighed the heart, the process of weighing the heart was called Mayat, where your heart had to be as light as a feather. In other words, your good deeds, had to outweigh your bad deeds. And if your good deeds outweighed your bad deeds, then Anubis would give you the right of passage to cross over. But if your bad deeds outweighed your good deeds, then you wasn't going over. You had to reincarnate. Okay? So I'm saying all that to say it wasn't about the mind. It was about the heart. What are you guys confused about? I'm not sure what you guys confused about, all right? I'm not sure. Now, here's the thing, all right? When we speak of Egypt, right? Egypt has different definitions and meanings. That's one thing we have to realize. It has different meanings, especially when you look at it, looking at Egypt from a metaphysical perspective. It could mean bondage and it could mean knowledge. So again, it depends on the context that you are using it. All right. Oh, Latrice said, I don't think pyramid are man-made. Well, the truth of the matter is, Latrice, they are man-made. All right. They are man-made. However, they were made and created by man in a higher consciousness, in a higher state of being. All right. So that's what you have to realize. Okay. The question was Egypt originally called Egypt or Kemet? The truth of the matter is the original one wasn't called Egypt, period. Just like the original landmass in America wasn't called America. It was just a certain part of the Americas that was considered to be Egypt. Okay? Now, Kemet is what Kemet was formed, okay, by the same people who was considered to be in Egypt, the first Egypt, which was in America. All right. I'm talking about, I'm talking about Peru, all right, where the next to the Locono River, you had the Incas. Now I'm talking about certain parts of Mexico. I'm talking about certain parts of Ohio. You know what I mean? I'm talking about certain parts of Mississippi. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. Just so y'all know. All right. Much love to you, Colleen. So that's what I'm talking about. He says, peace and bliss to the first. Oh, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. All right. So that's what I'm talking about. All right. So that concept of Egypt first started in the Americas. Now, to answer your question in terms of you don't think man created the pyramids. Yes, man built the pyramids. However, our ancestors, they were in a higher consciousness. All right. They were in a higher they were in an elevated state of mind. So what colonizers had to do was they had to dumb down. They had to dumb down the people so that the people are not able to use their powers. So they start telling you what? Oh, you only use 3% of your brain. Now, once that start becoming your reality, guess what? Then you only use 3% of your brain. But that's something that I never gravitated to. I'm always telling myself, every time I go lay down and I meditate, I tell myself, Chief, you are using 100% of your brain. Always. So I'm always putting things out there in the universe that I want to manifest in my life. I am not going to allow them to make my reality. Okay? I want to create my own reality. So I'm not going to subscribe to the ideology that I'm only using 3% of my brain. No, I'm not going to manifest that for myself. You feel me? So just so y'all know that, all right? Well, again, Ohio is also part of the first Egypt. Okay, it's not just Ohio, East Egypt. No, I'm talking about all Peru. Egypt was huge. Okay, just so you know, all right? And also you have to realize is that when Akhenaten, when Tia, okay, Akhenaten's mother, when she made Akhenaten a pharaoh, they didn't want Akhenaten to be a pharaoh. Okay, he was an outcast, so to speak. Okay, he was an outcast. They said he wasn't fit. He wasn't fit to be pharaoh. But what it was, the son that was supposed to be the pharaoh, Tia, his mother, made him pharaoh. Okay, made him pharaoh before that other son was supposed to be pharaoh. But because Akhenaten was so mad and he was so upset, what he did was he took his kingdom, so to speak, okay, or his pharaoh dome, if that's a word. And what he did was he moved further west and created his own civilization. So again, you have to put these things in perspective, all right, when we speak of Egypt, all right? But anyway, that's not, well, you know what? The conversation is going in different directions and it's all good. But the whole thing is, we were talking about racism, and I'm glad we covered that and we went through that. Okay, so someone asked, I have a question. Who is the jackal? If I'm not mistaken, I know the jackal is, I'm Anubis might be the jackal, man, because I think a jackal, don't a jackal have a dog's head? I think a jackal has a dog head. Let me look on let me look at an image of a jackal. Let me see if that makes sense. All right, let me see a jackal. All right, jackal. Let me see. Let me see if I could find an image of a jackal, because I think the jackal. Well, it could have been. I see what a jackal looks like, but I'm thinking that Anubis could have been considered a jackal as well, I think, if I'm not mistaken. All right. But well, it's not a dog. It's actually called Anubis. But what I'm saying is the depiction of Anubis was a human body with a dog head. He was a deity, a deified pharaoh. Okay. So, but anyway, sometimes I know when we just flow, the conversation would start from one thing and move to the next. So, brothers and sisters, if you don't mind, I would like to digress a little bit and get back on the subject of racism and how it's affecting us. All right, we could definitely get into I know Snoop Dogg, right? Yeah, we could definitely get into talking about that. All right, yeah, yeah. I mean, obvious. Like I said, the first concept of Egypt was here in the Americas. That goes without without saying. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Anubis was the same thing as a jackal. So thanks for verifying that, Mama Lioness. All right. So just yeah. So I was on the right track, or on the right path rather, when I made that statement. Okay. Now what am I doing here now? Give me a second, guys. Okay, here we go. All right, good. Okay. All right, so come on, let's get back on track here, okay? Let's get back on track. Okay, we may have to do this whole Kemet and Egypt thing on a whole nother bill. I really want to, get back on track with what we're talking about. All right, it was some Aboriginals went to North Africa because, again, of colonization, armies fighting, and people migrating. Typical example, right? A lot of us in the United States, originally, we were actually in South America. All right, we were already in South America, but when colonization was heavy and the wars, all right, was just so brutal, a lot of the indigenous people in South America came up more towards the north, all right, and coming down towards Florida and going towards the south, because remember, Florida was actually part of the Caribbean. All right, Florida was actually part of the Caribbean until it was colonized, and they took over Florida and they made it part of the United States. All right, but Florida was part of the Caribbean, still, the Tainos. Okay, just so y'all know. But a lot of the people that are indigenous right here in the United States, they actually, a lot of their families originated, all right, from South America, but migrated into the down south because they were so used to that same hot climate. And when the fighting again became so brutal, they moved, coastwise, and they came down south. And then they came and they chased them from down south and brought them up north. I'm talking about Jersey. I'm talking about New York. I'm talking about Boston, even Canada. All right, just so y'all know. All right. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So just so y'all know some of the history about that. All right. But let us go back, please, if you don't mind. I'm trying to see if I could bring the conversation back. I know talking about Orwell is exciting right now, but I just want to cover a few of the things to literally get off the subject of racism. Some of the things that we need to do. All right. We have to focus on group economics, family. We have to focus on that. We have to focus on group economics. Only, again, only us could change the condition that we're in today. All right. We are the only ones that could do that. Let us stop focusing on what everybody else thinks about us. All right. Let us do what they are doing. Let's emulate them. All right. And another thing, a lot of our people are always complaining, but yet still, they are the ones that's always supporting those other businesses. If you are so tired of everyone else coming into our neighborhoods and opening up businesses, why are we supporting them? Why are we supporting them? I mean, when I was growing up, I saw my sisters, they did their own nails. They did their own nails. Like they would buy their nail clippers, they would buy their nail polish, and they would buy their little buffer kits, and they would sit down and do their own nails. But why is that our sisters always think that the Korean, the Chinese, the Dominican, everybody could do nails better than them? Why is that? Because that's what you were programmed to think. Okay? You know, Mr. G1, that's what I'm talking about. Send an email. Send an email. Let's talk about those things. All right? Send an email. Let's talk about those things. Because that's what we need to be looking into. And I've actually looked at a few of them, especially towns they call ghost towns. The reason why they call them ghost towns is because the energy of our ancestors are so strong, they see ghosts actually walking there, so they're afraid to live there. And those are the towns that we should buy. Okay? And honestly, I also saw my cousins grow up, and I'm glad you said that, Carlene, doing their own hair. Okay? But the only thing is, the beauty about it is, a lot of our sisters go do their hair by sisters. Okay, I could dig that. But the only thing I don't like about it is that the hair that they get, it still comes from the Chinese. So at the end of the day, we are still supporting these people. All right, we are still supporting these people. So we have to find a way, man. We have to find a way. I'm gonna let y'all know, I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. But I will bring questions, okay? I will bring some solutions. I will give some input, but I don't know everything. That's why we all have to come together collectively. You see what I'm saying? Like, Mr. G1 said, collectively we are stronger. Collectively we could do those things. You feel me? We could do it, man. I know we can. We have done it before. All right? We have done it before. And a lot of times, those towns are not that expensive. Typical example, when I was in Memphis, there's this big, huge factory, okay? Big, huge factory. And it has land around it. The man only want $27,000 for that. He say, listen, if y'all bring 27,000, y'all getting it up. Y'all getting it, title and everything. But here's the beauty about it. In Memphis, it's now legal to grow hemp. So, ching ching. We get the factory, we get the land, and what? Now we could grow hemp, and now we're not just growing hemp, we have a factory. So all I'm just saying, man, I could only give my input, but I need brothers and sisters to hit me up and say, Chief, man, listen, let's do this. Because that's a great start to get that huge factory. And guess what? This thing is right in Memphis, right next to the red line. Okay? The red line, you know who owned the red line? Warren Buffett. And right now they are literally taking, people are coming from Canada, coming through all the way, going through Memphis, right next to the land, literally on the land. So can you imagine if we get that factory with the land around it, and now we could grow hemp? Now we have our own factory. I know people who are actually making clothes right now out of hemp. There are people who are making building buildings out of hemp. Now, can you see the production? Come on, man. We got to think like entrepreneurs. We got to think like creators. All right. We are creators. That's who we are. We are deities, man. It's either you're going to be a fallen deity or you're going to be a deity that's ascending high. You feel me? There you go. Absolutely. I agree, Carlene. So 27,000. I mean, come on, man. 27,000. I mean, I have what 27,000 subscribers. And I'm not saying everybody sees the videos, but if we all were to come together and say, you know what, let's put $1, that's $27,000. And we could get that building, open up a trust and put it in a trust. And now everybody could benefit from it. So therefore, it is a trust. It is a contracted trust. So therefore, nobody could get any wild ideas. Nobody could do anything without the council agreeing to it. And decisions could only be made from 2/3 of the council. I mean, I could only put, I'm good with the administrative work. I'm just giving y'all the ideas, man. You feel me? So let's do this. I mean, the truth of the matter is, I actually rather a cashless society, because before they had this fiat currency, our ancestors were flourishing. How is that? Why isn't anybody asking those questions? Why aren't anybody asking those questions? They didn't have money, but they had a bartering system. Okay, we did for each other. But of course, we learned the ways of the colonizers. Oh, it's all about me. It's all about I. It's all about me, 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 me. It's all about I. You see, that's what hurt us, man. That's what hurt us. All right, Red Wolf. You know, the email is in the link below. Send an email. You know, that's you know, Tashi Heru 7 email is in the link. You know, send an email. And my email is in pretty much all the links of my videos. You feel me? Let's build. Let's start putting this together. This is the perfect time. Yeah, you're right. Fair trade. Okay? And that's what we used to do. But they came and they learned our system and taught us their system. Oh, you know what? You cannot trade with your brother. Your brother, you can't trust your brother. But oh no, you could trust me though. That's what they taught our people. So at the end of the day, man, you know what? We have to start again, the mind. All right? Renew your mind. Renew your thinking. That's how you start to grow. That's how you start getting away from the illusion. All right? That's what we got to do. You feel me? So with that being said, man, I want to, thank you guys, for, yes, it's about time. All right? It's about us. That's what we have to make this thing be. That's what the movie Us is about. Go look at the movie again and digest the movie. That movie Us. It is telling you about the American Aborigine story. You don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. And your alter ego, which is what's killing you, is telling you and trying to remind you of who you are. And yet still your alter ego is trying to kill you, but you have to end up killing your alter ego for you to be free. Brothers and sisters, they tell you in the movies. Okay? They tell you. And to be quite frank, I tell people I don't come on here just to talk because I have things to say. No. I come here to build with my family so I could bring my family into the fold. Okay? So that we could work together. That's what I'm about. Togetherness. You feel me? Because I know one man. Oh, wait, one man, it's not a mountain, man. I could only play my part. I could only play my part. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Their ways are overturning. Believe that. You feel me? Because everything, I mean, and here's the thing that really bothers me, right? Everything that's natural, what they do, they change the name and they put a patent on it. But our people so like to be like the Joneses, and a lot of our people don't like to educate themselves. They jump and what? Typical example, right? I'm gonna give you this example. When I was in Memphis, right? I was doing a video showing some of when I was talking about, I was looking at the land, and the video was kind of like, sideways, right? And I saw two hawks. They came on the fence and they was watching me. And I went to them. I was talking to them. Now people might think I'm crazy. It's okay. Think I'm crazy. I'm not. But anyway, I was talking to the hawks, right? So I'm over here talking, in the video, and just putting out, affirmations out there, talking positive to the people. And then the hawk, it was about to fly. So I say, you know what? I know you're gonna give me a feather today. So I left and I walked off. So another brother was there. He went to pick, he went to get some hay for his horse. And then he said, Chief, guess what? I just found the feather. The hawk just dropped it. I tell him I know, because I just asked it for a feather. And that was the feather that the hawk gifted me. All right. Now, I'm saying all this to say, right? We know this as a feather that came from a hawk. So they cannot patent that. So if I have this on my head, right, that means the Creator gave it to me. The ancestors gave it to me from the hawk. It's a gift. I have it in my head. But this is what the system does. If they know this hawk feather is going to get me closer to my ancestors, if they know this hawk feather is going to do something for me spiritually to enlighten me, what they're going to do is they're going to change the name and call it something else. And they're going to make the name of it illegal. And I have to get a license to get it. And that's the same thing they did with herb. Okay? The Creator gave the people herb for the healing of the nation. Even if I don't smoke it, and I don't condone sitting around all day smoking, because you could smoke. You fry your brain. I don't care what you say about weed. Okay? But the truth of the matter is this. The Most High gave the people the herb for the healing of the nation. So what they do? They change the name and they copyright and patent the name. And then they send you to jail for smoking the name, but not the herb. And that's what these people do. They're not original. They haven't created anything. They steal things and they put a patent on it, and they want you to get a license to use it. Because now, all over the country, they want to legalize the same marijuana that got millions of our brothers and sisters in jail. So let me ask you a question. Are they going to let them go? All our brothers and sisters that went to jail for smoking roaches. All our brothers and sisters that got caught by the police with a roach and they went to jail. Are they going to free them right now? Because now they're making it legal all over the place, because now they could make money. Brothers and sisters, we got to start learning the ways of the colonizers, of the enemies, what they're doing to us. Okay? We have to realize that. Don't call it the name that they call it. I don't know what marijuana is. A police could never arrest me if I was smoking weed. Well, if I smoke, period, because I don't smoke. But if I were to smoke and the police would arrest me for smoking weed, first things, well, what do you have here? You smoking weed? No. You could never get me on record saying that I was smoking weed. First of all, I will let you know that I don't know what weed is. I don't know what marijuana is. I am doing a spiritual, indigenous ritual, and I'm doing it with herbs that the Most High gave me. Now, with that being said, I haven't said anything to incriminate myself, because I am not smoking marijuana. There is no way you could go to court and tell the judge that you caught me with marijuana, because the judge would have to prove to me without a reasonable doubt that what I was smoking when I was doing that ritual, that ancestral ritual, he have to prove to me that it's marijuana. How is he going to prove that to me? Because they said it was. No, Your Honor, my ancestors didn't call that marijuana. We called it a plant. I was doing a religious, indigenous, spiritual ritual. That's what I was doing. But you see, again, our people perish for the lack of knowledge. So they have y'all going to jail, doing 10 to 15 for marijuana, which you think is actually the plant. No, you're going to jail for the patent word. So y'all have to realize what the colonizers, their mindset, what they do. That's what they do. So you have to beat them at their own game. So now they are giving it to you because they're making money from it. All of a sudden, everybody want to smoke. Why can't our people say, no, you know what? We are going to boycott this thing all over the country. We are not smoking your marijuana because too many of our brothers and sisters went to jail. But no, you see, my people, too many of my people are in a fallen state. And we are supporting our detriment. We are the ones supporting our destruction. There is no way I would be smoking their marijuana. No, I will not be doing that. Now, if I grow my own, I will drink some tea. Yes, I will wake up in the morning and I will drink some tea. But I'm not going to your store and buy your marijuana because too many of my brothers and sisters went to jail for smoking your marijuana. But I tell you, Negroes, man, I love my people, but woo, this is an uphill battle. It is an uphill battle because my question to our people is, when are we going to learn? You feel me? When are we going to learn? I mean, you know, family, I got to keep it real, man. Like I said, like for me, this journey right here, if I cannot walk in truth and tell the truth, I'm going to shut down this YouTube, man. I cannot come on here and pretend and be a fake and be passive and appease people. I can't do that. It's not in my nature. I rather shut down the channel. I already tell people like this, right? If I have to come on here and be a fake, real talk, I'm going to buy a one-way ticket and I'm going to go to the islands and I'm just going to live out my days on the land and nobody's going to hear from me no more. And that's facts. All right? That's on everything I own, which is literally what I have. Okay? Because I'm not a materialistic man. All right? So come and bring the facts. Speak from the heart. Because our people need to hear the truth for once. All right? For once. But, you know, truth without the agenda. You feel me? That's what's needed, man. Some honesty. I tell people, when you're speaking the truth, you don't have to disguise it. You don't have to hide. No. The truth don't need to be disguised. You feel me? So at the end of the day, we have to stop supporting those things. It's like they tell you when to smoke. They tell you when it's illegal. They tell you when it's not. Come on. We got to stop that, man. That is, you know, you have to realize something. This is forced assimilation. And once again, we have to hold these people accountable. How is that UNDRIP is not legally binding? How is that the American Declaration is not legally binding? Canada just made it legally binding because you know what? The Aboriginals of Canada, they're coming together. They are coming together because they are sick and tired of being sick and tired. But we here in the United States, we always want to fight each other. We don't want to come together. Don't matter where you go, indigenous people, whether it may be in Ohio, whether it may be in Atlanta, whether it may be in New York, whether it may be in Jersey, some of them are all Cherokees, but there is division. They don't like each other. Some of them may be all the same Choctaw, but they don't like each other. Come on. But yet still they are of the same clan, but they don't like each other. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Come on. Woo. This man, I'm telling you, man. We got to do better than that, family. We got to do better, man. And you know, if I think, you know, that me coming on here and bringing the message that I bring, if I think it wasn't being effective, I wouldn't do it. Honestly, because I can find better things to do with my time. Believe me, I can find better things to do with my time. But to me, there is nothing, pardon me, there's nothing better to do with my time than coming to build with my family. You feel me? But I just don't want what I'm doing to be in vain. And I know it's not in vain. I know, because I'm doing what my ancestors summoned me to do. And I don't care if it's one woman. I don't care if it's one man. I don't care if it's one child. In my entire lifetime, that I could affect change in their lives, then I have done my job. I don't care if it's one child. I don't care if it's one Aborigine man, one Aborigine woman. If I could affect change in their life to make them better people, okay, to pave a better way for them so that they could beat and defeat this devilish system, then I've done my job. I've done my job. So with that being said, I'm going to continue to, do what I do. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And whoever, wherever the seed, the wind blow the seed, so to speak, then it is what it is. Okay? But I'm going to continue to do what I do, man. So once again, man, I thank you guys for coming on. I hope you guys really, let us not get distracted. Please focus on that whole concept of racism that I broke down. All right? Let's not allow them to make us think that racism is about skin. No, it's not about skin. They are disguising it as skin so that we miss the fact that it's about opportunity. It's about the have and the have-nots. And they don't want to give us opportunities. Okay? They don't want us to have. Because like I said, if it was about the color of the skin, then the East Indian that comes from India, they're darker than us. They wouldn't have had the opportunities that we're not getting. Okay? If it was about that, you have some Arabs who come here who are darker than us and they still get to open up gas stations. Okay? If it was about the color, if racism was about the color of our skin, then Africans wouldn't have came here and have more opportunities than us. No. They just don't want the American Aborigine, aka the American Indian, to rise in his and her own land. Because the moment that they realize that we are the Indians, then they cannot control us. They know that. Okay? They know that. They don't like us being American Indians. They don't like that. They would rather you be a nigger. They would rather you be black. They would rather you be African American. Okay? They would rather you be that. They would even rather you put down on paper as a status that you are a white than being an American Indian. Because then they know the moment that you know that and you claim that, then you have the highest jurisdiction on the land. And their laws, well, not laws, their codes don't apply to you. They know this. Okay? So know what it is. But like I said, they can't stop this because this it's vine. We are not divine anymore. We are vine. We are connecting back to the source. You feel me? So for those of you who want to be divine, that's on you. But me, I'm vine. I'm still connected. I'm still connected. I'm just reminding myself I have never been divine. I have always been connected to the vine because the Most High is still in me. And my ancestors are still a part of me. Okay? Be careful with them spells that y'all be casting. You did. Okay? They can't kill us. They can't. How can you kill something that cannot be killed? How can you destroy something that cannot be destroyed? And they know that. So because they can't get rid of us, they try to contain us. You feel me? They try to contain us. That's the problem. And we have to realize that. We have to know the power that we have as a people. Okay? We have to know the power that we have. And that's what they're afraid of. You see, that's what they're afraid of. Okay? They're afraid of that. If we just give the so-called black man in America a chance, if we just give the so-called black woman in America a chance, then it's over for us because they know our nature. Wait till this thing spread all over the United States, that our people wake up to realize that 95% of us was already here. And that lie about us coming here on slave ship is a damn lie. Wait till that spread all over the United States and all through South America, all through Central America, all through the Caribbean. And we all come together and we say enough is enough. I promise you, the world will change. I promise you, heaven on earth will happen again. But there will be chaos, but heaven on earth will happen again. I guarantee you that. It's not a speculation. It's a no. I know for a fact. You feel me? All right? So, brothers and sisters, continue to stay motivated. All right? Like I said in the video I did earlier, don't let them break your spirit. Don't let them break your spirit, because that's all they have left. You see, they have done so much to us physically. We have become immune to their to the destruction. We have become immune to their genocide, that physical abuse. All right? We are so used to it right now, it doesn't even affect us. So what they have to do now, they're attacking us spiritually. All right? They have their chemtrails, they have their vaccinations. You feel me? They're doing their rituals, but they can't stop us. So don't let them break your spirit. All right? They will try to drag you through their courts. Their courts, those are the gatekeepers. Okay? Those are the gatekeepers. And they have, they have their slave masters going around, pulling you over, dragging you into these courts. Okay? Trying to pull you into the gates of hell. So they have to try to break you spiritually. Okay? So because if you're broken financially and you cannot take care of your family, then you're going to be broken spiritually. So don't let them take you there. All right? Don't let them break you. Continue to stand tall. Continue to stand strong, because you know what? We are indestructible. So yes, I know some days you might want to give up. I know that. But don't give up. Don't give in. Okay? Instead of giving in, go in. Go in and pull that strength from within. Ask your ancestors to guide you. Ask them to fight your battles. Brothers and sisters, let me tell y'all something, right? The physical man, okay? The physical man is handicapped. Now hear me now, okay? The physical man is handicapped. The physical man has limitations. All right? But here's the thing. The I am in you has no limitations. The I am in you is not handicapped. The I am in you is a superman and a superwoman. You feel me? So therefore, whenever anything that comes your way that the physical man or woman cannot handle, what you do, you cast it. Give it to the higher. Give it to your spiritual parents. That's what they're there for. You see, we don't realize that. I'm going to give you another typical example. So as above, so is below. That's how I know I'm always telling the truth. Because when my son was a baby, when my son couldn't handle anything, he would come and say, Daddy, Daddy, I need this, I need that, I want this, I need that. Daddy, I can't move that. Daddy, could you get this for me? Right? That's what his father was there for, because he couldn't do it. But all the things he was able to do on his own, he did it. He picked up his fork or his spoon, he ate his food, he brushed his teeth. He rode his little bike. But when there were things that he couldn't do, what he had to do, he came to Daddy. And guess what? Daddy made sure it was done. But too many of us, we have forgotten that we have spiritual parents, that we are always fighting and not realizing that the spirit, the man, the physical man and woman is limited. The physical man and woman could be broken down. And we got too much pride that we are not reaching out to our ancestors, not reaching out to our spiritual parents. Give them the burden. Give it to them. It is not yours to carry, because the physical man is too weak sometimes. That's what parents are there for. And that's why I reach out to them. When it gets overwhelming, when it gets overbearing, when I can pick up that load no more, I call to my spiritual mama and dada. And they have never failed me. And a lot of us have forgotten that. What they did, they took that away from us, and they gave us this sky daddy. They gave us this blue-eyed devil. They gave us something that is not working for us. And what they did, they say, you know what? Let's get these ministers, let's get these pastors to push the agenda in their neighborhoods. So literally in every neighborhood, you got 6, 7 churches. Right next to the church, you have a liquor store. Right next to the liquor store, you have a store that's selling all kind of GMO foods, but yet still your pastors want to take you to heaven when they cannot even save you right here on earth. Man, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. Maybe my third eye is just too open. I don't know. But the things I see, I don't get it. But I'm going to drink some water on that. And people will not, they will not sit back. These church thumpers, okay, these religious people, they will not sit back and question and ask themselves for once, have I ever truly read that Bible for myself? Okay? Have I truly read this Bible that I comprehend everything that I read? Because my pastor is always the one telling me to just sit down and let me read it to you. And anytime I have a question, he jump into another verse to make me feel good. They never ask themselves the question, how is that my pastor is teaching us to serve a God, a Jesus character, but he's the only one with the nice car? And I'm using that word nice very lightly, okay? Because the real definition of nice means to be stupid and foolish and ignorant, right? But anyway, he's the one that's only driving the best car. He's living in the best house. But I can't pay my rent. I cannot feed my children. But yet still, he and I, we serve the same Jesus. They don't see a problem with that. How is that? We have the most churches in our neighborhoods, but we have the worst neighborhoods. Why isn't the pastor and the church congregation boycotting the liquor stores? Why aren't they doing that? Because it is not about salvation. It's a business. It's about destruction of the people, and the people are paying tithe and offering for their own destruction. Okay? Literally, you are paying the executioner to execute you. Come on. And then you have these women running around here. Jesus is their husband. They love Jesus more than they love their husband. Huh? Have you ever seen Jesus? At night when you want some loving, why don't you call Jesus? Because that's what these pastors are putting in their heads. You feel me? They have more respect for the pastors than they have for their husbands. Brothers and sisters, man, y'all better wake up. Something is wrong with these people. And they put the fear in them. If you don't believe in Jesus, you're going to go to hell. You see, that's what they sell them. They sell them those fairy tales, this horror movie. Okay? That's what it is. It's a horror movie. Come on. But, you know, I'm so thankful that there are a lot of elders that's sending me emails. You know what, Chief? Thank you. And not just elders. I mean, you know, just literally from every age group sending me emails, man. Thank you, Chief. You know, you opened up my eyes, and, you know, I left Christianity 2 years ago. I left Christianity a year ago. You know, I have young brothers and sisters hitting me up. You know, I left religion. You know, I left Islam. I left this. I left that. No, I'm not. No, hear me. I'm not here to tell people give up your faith in your creator. No, I'm not here to tell you that. I'm not here to take away your faith. I'm not here to take away your belief in a higher power. I'm not here to take that away from you. But what I want you to realize is that you are part of a cult. Okay? You are part of a cult that is set up to destroy you, that is set up to break up your home. Okay? That is set up to put enmity between you and your family. You feel me? So at the ending of the day, if you cannot see that, then you are truly blind. You are truly blind. Okay, you are truly blind. Why don't you ask your pastor? Ask him, Pastor, do you have a 501c3? Ask him. And then go do your research on a 501c3 and churches. Okay? They have 501c3s because they want tax break from the government. It's all a business. But the deal is this. You will get a tax break, but you cannot talk about certain things. You cannot do certain things. It's a contract with the devil that your pastor signed. But they're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that. And that's why they're afraid to talk to me. I will talk to a pastor any time they want to come on the live channel. I invite any one of them and let's go talk about this Bible. They're afraid of me. One day I went to Manhattan, all right? And my mom, she's heavy into the church. And, that's my mom. I love her, so I got to respect her, right? But anyway, we went, she went to Manhattan to a church and the pastor was there, right? So she had to go talk to a few of the sisters. So the pastor in the office, so we started talking, right? And true story. So we getting into the Bible and I was dropping so many jewels. At the ending of the conversation, he said, you know what, Chief? You're absolutely right. I got him to admit that Jesus didn't exist, that Jesus wasn't the so-called Messiah's name. I got him to admit that. So I asked him, well, why are you saying that? He said, well, you know what, Chief? We're saying the same thing, but I'm just using a different name. We're saying the same thing, but I'm just explaining it different. So I said, my brother, so why don't you explain it to the people the way it's supposed to be, opposed to what they taught you to explain it to the people? He just laughed and said, you know what, man, you got to come back. You got to come back so we could finish this up. I love talking to you. You're a sharp brother. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's a true story. I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up, but that's what they do. And that church has been in the neighborhood since the late 1800s. It's one of the oldest churches in Manhattan. So that's how long our people been being deceived. It's sad. But again, like I always tell people, everyone has free will. Okay? Everyone has free will to do as you should, but not as you like. It's two different things. The Most High gave us free will to do as we should because there are certain laws in the universe that we have to follow. But people are doing what they like. You feel me? So at the ending of the day, everybody came here on their own contract. Okay? Everybody came here on their own contract. And before they manifest here in the flesh, they knew what that contract was about. The only thing is when we came here into a state of forgetfulness. All right? But we all came here on contracts. We all came here knowing prior to coming here, we knew what we were coming here to get into. So a lot of people came here to be deceived. A lot of people came here to be perished. A lot of people came here to be disgruntled. A lot of people came here to hate. A lot of people came here to be provocateurs. A lot of people came here to be menace to societies. Okay? That is just life, family. That is just reality. But on the other hand, a lot of us came here, all right, to be saviors. A lot of us came here to be messiahs. A lot of us came here to be teachers. A lot of us came here to be enlighteners, to enlighten the people so that there could be a balance. So we all came to play a role because we are all actors. It's not just them. It's just that we are playing a different role, but we are all actors. Okay? We are just playing the role of the heroes while they're playing the roles of the villains. Okay? But we are all actors. We all came here on a contract. You feel me? That's what it is. Some of us came to do the work of the Most High, and some of us came to do the work of the Most High, most beautiful angel, which is the devil. Now, if you tell religious people, especially Christians, that God created the devil, oh, they're gonna say you're going to hell. But it says it right in the Bible. That was his most prized angel. You feel me? But again, it just goes to show you how brainwashed these people are. You feel me? For real. Jerry said, I was breaking so-called pastors down when I was in jail. They would never get the books I asked for to take back the block to wake my brothers up. That's true, because again, they're all on contracts. They're all contracted. That 501c3 is a contract. All right, it's a deal. It's a deal, brothers and sisters. I'm not going to tax you, but you got to mislead the people. Okay, you cannot tell them the truth. You got to allow the drugs to come into the neighborhoods. You got to allow the guns to come into the neighborhoods. All right, you got to promote the homosexual agenda. Okay, it's all a contract. You feel me? It's a contract. Just for a tax break. They sold you out for a tax break. Ain't that something? That's crazy. But you know what, brothers and sisters, there's hope. All right? Because people such as you and myself, we are going to bring hope. And if y'all think, and I took a picture of that, I'm going to show y'all something, right? Because I tell people I move in the spirit, and the ancestors always show me that I'm right on point. I'm going to show y'all something. Let me see if y'all can actually see it. Did I take a screenshot or I took a picture? I think I took a picture of it. Let me see. I'm going to show you guys. Give me a second. I'm going to show you guys a picture of it. I really hope y'all could see it. Let me see. Nope, that's not it. Give me a second here, guys. I'm looking for something. I want to see if I can show it to y'all. Okay, let me see. What's that? Nope, that's not it. Was it a screenshot? I think it might have been a screenshot and not an actual picture. Give me a second. I want to just show something to you guys. Let me see. Nope. Man, listen, I know I had it. Oh, now I gotta find it, because that's gonna bug me out. No, it's not gonna bug me out. It's gonna bother me if I don't find it. All right, so I gotta look for it. Give me a second. If I can't find it, I'll have to show it to you guys in another video. But so then maybe it was a picture there. Alrighty. I mean, while you guys are building, go ahead and do your thing. I'm just looking for something for you guys. All right, I hope I didn't delete it. I think I may have deleted it. Let me see. Okay, yeah, here we go, right? Let me see if I can show you guys this. All right. Let me see if I can show you guys this. Now, I know it's an allegory, and everything is allegory, right? When I found it. I'm gonna show it to you guys, and I want you guys to pay attention to this, right? When I did the build with the matriarchs, right? It was July 7th. Chief Kalinago, July 7th, build with the matriarch. That build was so powerful, right? I was resting, what people call sleep, because I don't sleep, I rest. Sleep is too permanent, right? So I was resting, and I got up almost in the middle of the night, and something told me to just go check my YouTube. When I went and I checked my YouTube, this is what I saw below the video. All right. Let me see if I can let you guys see this, right? The video had 1 dislike. It had 1 dislike, 44 likes, and it had what? 444 views. I'm going to show you guys this. Let me see if you could see it. I don't know if you, I don't know if you're able to see it on the camera, but let me see if I could come closer. Maybe it might adjust. All right. Can you guys see the one dislike and 44 likes? Can you guys see that? Yeah, I could see it. So I'm assuming you could see it, right? Now, watch the views. Watch the views. Watch the views. Okay? Now, this is very symbolic. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why it's symbolic, right? When I rest, I don't rest like to go to sleep unless I'm extremely tired, because like I said, sleep is permanent, right? But when I did the build, no, it wasn't one hater. Yes, it might have been one hater, but this is how I analyzed it. You see, this is the message that I got from it. All right. When I did the build with the matriarch, it was so powerful. The energy was so high. When I went to rest, I couldn't really relax myself because the energy was so high. Right. So this is what I laid down. I kind of passed out for a little bit, but then the spirit woke me up at some point, you know, during the AM, and something told me to go check my YouTube, and I saw 1 dislike, 44 likes, and 444 views. And the first thing that came to mind was that 144,000. And what came to mind again was the spirit told me, Chief, don't stop doing what you're doing. You don't have to wake everybody up. Okay? All you need is just a few. Now, the 144,000 may be an allegory, but that was too close to me. It was too close. 1 dislike, 44 likes, and 444. Almost like the 100,000. And I'm saying all that to say, let's not give up. It's not going to take a lot of us. It's just going to take the right amount of us. All right. Now, I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm going to make an attempt to articulate it again. Okay. It's not going to take a lot of us, but it is going to take the ripe amount of people. I didn't say right. I said ripe, because in nature, there is only ripe and green. So it's going to take the ripe amount of people. And with the ripe amount of people, we are going to flip this thing over. Okay? That's the message that I wanted to convey from showing this. All right? For real. Okay? It's not going to take a lot of us. It really is not. It's not going to take a lot of us. All we got to do is just keep pouring those seeds, letting our light shine. Continue to gravitate to the like minds, come together, synergize, work, put in what we got to do. Eventually, man, that's going to spread like wildfire, man. Like wildfire. And every time they do us wrong, we never forgive them. What we do, we ask our ancestors, we ask the universe to take care of them and 7 generations to come. That's what we do. Hold them accountable. That's how we win this. It's a spiritual thing. All right? It's a spiritual thing. So once again, I thank y'all for tuning in. You guys have been great. Don't forget, this Sunday coming up, all right? We have a great live. I have a guest, all right? Sophia Stewart, the owner and creator of the movie franchise Terminator and Matrix, all right? It was so much controversy surrounding our sister, and she has prevailed because she walked in truth, and she could have given up a long time ago, but she didn't. And this Sunday, I'm gonna let you guys, even before we start the build, I'm gonna let you guys know how this thing happened, how it was able to manifest. And it was all due to the Great Spirit. It was all due to our ancestors, because I put it in the ethers over 5 years ago. Over 5 years ago, I put that out there in the universe that I wanted to meet that sister. because when I saw the Matrix, for some reason I felt like I was Neo, and at certain points I felt like I was Morpheus. I was torn in between the two. I'm still torn, but my brother told me I'm Morpheus and he is Neo, so I'm not going to take that away from him. You feel me? But at the end of the day, I felt like it was me. I felt like it was my purpose. Oh, the time is at 7 p.m. Eastern sharp. All right. I already have a link promoting a link counting down on my YouTube. So, look for the notification, start sharing it, spread the word, let your peoples know, because we're gonna go in deep and we're gonna go through everything. All right. We're gonna talk about Matrix. We're gonna talk about Terminator. We're gonna talk about what she had to go through and where she's at right now. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, it's a beautiful thing. The sister is amazing. Powerful sister, man. She's truly an oracle, like real talk, real talk. So I'm just so excited, man. Like I said, again, I'm honored. I'm honored. I'm highly favored. So I'm not going to take that for granted. But, please, guys, share the information. And also what I did as well, if you look below the link, not of this video, but of the promo video for the build with the sister on Sunday, you'll see that I created a what you call it, a blog. So click on the blog. In fact, you know what? Let me put the blog. And yes, please, just like how my brother Mox V Production said, let's ask relevant questions. All right. So what we are gonna ask, you could email your questions. Email your questions to Tashi Heru, all right, 7@gmail.com. The email is in the link below. So, and we're gonna pick 20 random questions, all right? And I'm gonna shake the bag in front of everybody, and I'm gonna pick 20 random questions, and your questions will be answered, all right? And you will get a shout out, all right? So definitely would like you guys to get involved. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put what I did was I created a blog so that we could start having a dialogue about, and I put the website, I put her bio, so you guys could start, reading some of the things. So now you would know some of the questions to ask. Okay, so I'm gonna put the link that I created, the blog that I created, in the description, so you guys could click on that, so we could start the conversation and talk about talk about Matrix movie, talk about Terminator, and anything. What was your favorite part? What you liked about the movie? And let's make this happen, man. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna put the blog right here. In fact, you know what? Let me share my screen and show you guys real quick what I did today. I did all that today. I did a flyer and everything. You feel me? So let me share this with y'all real quick so y'all can see it before I get out of here. Let me share my screen. Okay, here we are. Let me just make sure I got this. I know you guys could see the screen, but I'm going to make sure I could see it on my phone so I know you are seeing what I'm seeing. All right, so guys, this is what I did, right? On our nation's website, we have a blog that's called Indigenous People's Story. So if you have a story and you want to put it on the blog, we could do that as well. All right, so here we are, Sophia Stewart. All right, this is what the sister you look like. We have a picture of, like, in her younger days, and in her not so younger days, but she's still young and beautiful. All right, she's a beautiful sister, great spirit. You know what I mean? And we have here, I got links. What I did was, Sophia Stewart, owner / creator of Matrix and Terminator movie franchises. Okay, and she has all the proof. And like I said, that was so amazing, because what she did was she sent me all the court papers, brothers and sisters, no joke. All right, she sent me all the court papers, and for the past 5 days, I've just been going through the court cases and reading and reading and reading. And what they did to our sister, man, I was getting mad. But you know what? Her spirit is so great. She wasn't even mad, because she's doing it. She had to fight for the greater cause. And on Sunday, y'all are gonna hear all about it. Okay. And then right here, I put click here to see Sophia Stewart, biography. So when you click on that, that will come up. I did all that today because I wanted to make sure it was ready. I wanted, make sure that the sister get you know, what's due to her, man. You know what I'm saying? Because she's a brilliant sister. You know what I mean? So that's her biography. You guys could read that. That's on there. I'm gonna put that in the link, all right, of the video. And then here is, you know, Awakening, the most powerful greater me. And she have, you know, Matrix, Terminator, her, you know, the book, The Third Eye, the evolution of the Connors, you know what I mean? So if I think that's how I pronounced it, yeah, no, of conscious. All right, so it's just so many different things. I'll explain what the third eye mean to you guys. You guys will know what that mean on Sunday. You'll know exactly when she broke down, you know, when she broke down when she broke down Matrix, the story for me, and the significance or the correlation to Terminator. I mean, it was, man, listen, it was just so enlightening. All right, it was beautiful, and I can't wait for you guys to hear that on Sunday. All right, Matrix trivia, and then, you know, that's the book, and the evolution of conscious. That's the new book, Matrix 4. All right, cracking the genetic code. Sophia Stewart, brothers and sisters, y'all are in for a treat. Believe me. All right. So go to I'm gonna put that in there. Go to the link, and let's start the blog. Let's start putting some comments in there, and let's put the blog, you know, and let's make this thing happen. All right. So let me come back here, come back to the build. I'm gonna put that in the chat below. Okay. Let's see. Let's put that in here. So guys, I just put. Let me see. There we go. I just put the blog in the link below. So do me a favor, get on the blog. All right. Start talking about it. Okay, I also did a flyer, you know, to promote it. So I think I'll put the flyer on there as well. But definitely, it's this Sunday at 7 p.m. Put that in your calendar. You know, bookmark it, share the information, share the video. I want to get thousands of people watching that live, because our sister story have to be told, and just the strength and tenacity of our matriarchs. You know, it gave me more motivation. It gave me more strength. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, she's truly a legend. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna wait until she transitioned to let her know how great she is. Okay. So brothers and sisters, thank you. This was a great build as usual. I really appreciate, love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Like I always say, you could be anywhere else, but you chose to be on this platform this evening. And for all those of you who supported the super chat, you always know, again, that's highly appreciated. So enjoy the rest of your continuation. Rest well. I hope you guys have big dreams, and you guys get visions and see some of the things that I see, and see some of the things that I haven't seen, and you could share. That's what it's all about. Each one teach one. All right, let's continue to love each other. Let's continue to build, continue to share that positive energy, that positive vibe, all right, about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, thank you. I had to create that blog, man. You know what I mean? So, you know, we could start telling our stories and come up with different concepts and stuff like that. So definitely go on the blog. Let's start talking about Matrix, and start talking about, you know, Terminator, so we could build the momentum, so we could get ready for Sunday, because it's going to be powerful. You did. All right. So family, we'll talk a little later, and appreciate y'all. Appreciate love. You feel me? It's a beautiful thing, man. I give thanks and praise to the ancestors. Give thanks and praise to the Most High. All right. Big up, brothers. Let's learn to respect our women, our sisters. Let's learn to respect our brothers. All right. Let us respect our children. Let us respect our little boys. Let's respect our little girls. Let us not, you know, force them to grow up too fast. Let us allow them to be children, because when they are children, they are at their most purest stage in their being. Okay. Let us not force them to grow up. All right. Let us allow them to be children. You know what I mean? So let us take care of each other, man. We are all we got. We are all we got. All right. I love you guys. We'll talk soon. Take care. Donada. And Donada means in Cherokee, until we meet again. All right. Or goodbye. All right.